Hello, good evening, and welcome to another late night amateur soda pop review. For tonight, we have the first new flavor Mountain Dew has rolled out in quite some time. As long as you don't count, so I guess that means that, well, Holiday Brew was, of course, regular Dew in Code Red, and um, uh, Liberty Brew must have been a redux of Dew SA, which was on the tin. It said it was a hybrid of Code Red, Voltage, and Whiteout. So this is the first new flavor of Mountain Dew they've had for some time. This is Major Melon. They've gone through all the other fruit and have decided they were probably stuck between banana and watermelon and went with watermelon. Watermelon and other natural flavors. Okay. So the first interesting thing is that its name is Major Melon. Most Mountain Dew flavors have usually a little bit more oblique name. They're not usually quite as overt about what flavor it is. It's Code Red, it's Pitch Black, Live Wire, Typhoon, Distortion, Baja Blast, Sangrita Blast, Game Fuel, and Dew SA, and what was the other one? Anyway. The other interesting thing is that you see the artwork on the label here. Usually Mountain Dew is all about geometric shapes and bright colors and such, whereas this one they actually have little drawings. You can see here, this must be Major Melon himself walking through the Major Melon jungle, or maybe he's got a bone to pick with the watermelon with the mouth here, which is seeking to drink more of the same soda here. Also, of course, the Major Melon looks like the dog tag associated with Major Melon. So this one's a little bit more militaristic than your usual run of soda pop. So that's kind of an interesting turn toward the psychedelic for Mountain Dew. Well, the artwork is the turn toward the psychedelic for Mountain Dew, whereas the theme of the artwork is a turn toward the militaristic because, you know what? I'm not going to comment on that. So here's this militaristic watermelon soda. Let's, I guess, see what it tastes like. I'm hoping they lean more toward the refreshing end of a watermelon rather than the overpowering sweetness. But given that it's Mountain Dew, it's going to probably have some overpowering sweetness. Okay, yeah, but it's not bad. There's not that teeth-aching sweetness of a Voltage. The carbonation is a little sharp. It's not quite on the level of a Dr. Pepper. Um, it still has that full mouth feel of a regular Mountain Dew, but there is a distinct watermelon aftertaste. That makes it actually pretty refreshing. Mm. Yeah, I didn't think that a watermelon, when you think about all the flavors of soda pop, watermelon really doesn't spring to mind, but this is actually really not bad. As you can see, it's in a colorless bottle, so it's this pink, um, sort of magenta colored liquid. As you can see, let's see how it hits get a better sense of how it hits the palate. Hmm. Hmm. The carbonation does take the bite out of the, excuse me, out of the overall sweetness of the drink. You feel the fizz first, and again, it's not that tooth aching sweetness of a Voltage. It's more of a it's more in line with regular Dew, except regular Dew tends to be a bit smoother. Um, so the sweetness is much more upfront. This is like, oh, carbonation, and then there we get some sweet watermelon flavor going on. So you have the carbonation, then you have the refreshing watermelon, and then you have the sugar underneath it. So it it almost tricks you into thinking that this is a light, refreshing, not packed full of sugar soda pop. And I can already tell the sweetness and caffeine are kicking in. Maybe it's just the sort of night I'm having so far. I don't know. But otherwise, this is actually quite refreshing. As the typical question that I try to ask for these reviews, would I take this over regular dew? And I think I would most of the time. I don't know that the watermelon flavor would go great with certain types of food. Not that I'm going to have a whole menu here to test it. So it probably wouldn't be the first thing that leaps to mind if I needed something to wash down lunch or a snack or something. But if I was thirsty, yeah, if I was hot and thirsty, yeah, I would take this over the regular dew. As I said, it's not. Excuse me. It does a good job of hiding how heavy a drink it actually is. Excuse me. So it is not as smooth as a Code Red. Let me bring this back in here. It's not quite as smooth as a Code Red. It's got a harder fizz even than regular dew, I would say. But other than that, it's a very refreshing flavor, not a light mouth feel, but this would do well. Well, unfortunately, they decided to trot it out in the middle of right at the beginning of winter, so it's going to be a while before we can actually enjoy this in the hot sun. And I have no idea whether the plan is to have it last this long, let alone if it's going to be added to the roster of additional flavors, which actually is really just kind of Code Red, Whiteout, and Voltage. Everything else comes and goes with the seasons. But yeah, if you need a refreshing pick me up, it's a little bit different. Give this a go. This is your thing. Thanks for watching. Enjoy and have a good night.